Hi everyone, Natasha here, and in today's class we're going to move through a sequence which is effectively completely lying down. So this lying down yoga sequence is for those days where you really want to do yoga but you have no energy and you simply just want to lie down, and it's for those moments where you're perhaps feeling depleted or tired, or you know that you're keen to move into a mindful state, but actually you want it to require minimal effort to get there. So for this sequence, you will need a floor, preferably somewhere soft, and that's all you'll need. I hope you enjoy today's practice. So to begin, we'll come to a lying down position. So come to rest on your back in a lying down pose. Now, as you lie down, you can choose to have your feet resting on the floor flat, or we can bring the feet together, knees wide, and allow your knees to flop sideways. Resting the palms a little away from the sides of the body, and bring your thumb and third fingertips together. So we call this Earth Mudra, and resting the palms just a little away from the sides of your waist. To begin, we'll take a few releasing breaths. So breathing in deeply through the nose. And big sigh out. As you breathe in new fresh life, fresh vitality. And as you breathe out, imagine that the breath is carrying away all of the tensions of the day. Take a deep breath in all the way down to the lower abdomen. And big sigh out, letting go. And then one more, inhale deeply, breathing into all the thoughts and feelings you're storing. And breathing out to let them go with a big sigh. As you relax into this lying down hip opening, bring the awareness to the movement of the breath. Notice how the navel rises and falls with each breath. Spending some time here to ground. We'll be practicing a pranayama exercise. So as you breathe into the chest first, then the side ribs, and then down to the lower abdomen. And then as you breathe out, we'll breathe out from the navel first, then the side ribs, and then breathing out from the chest. Now in this pranayama, I'll be counting, and for the first 2 counts, breathe into the upper chest. The second 2, breathe into the side ribs. The last 2, breathe into the lower belly. And then as you breathe out, lower belly lowers on the first 2 counts, side ribs lower on the second 2, and the upper chest lowers on the third 2. So 6 counts in, 6 counts out. And so we're breathing in for 6, and we're breathing out for 6. Let's empty the breath entirely to begin, breathing out. And breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Breathing in deeply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now taking 3 more rounds, this time counting to yourself in your mind. And now, finishing your final round, release your mudra and bring the palms behind both legs, helping your knees to move inwards. And here as you hug one knee into your chest and then the other, rock very mindfully from side to side. And then catch hold of each knee with your hands. And do complete circles with the knees. So first moving outwards, and then down and in through the center. Big circles with the knees. And then alternating, so move the knees in the opposite direction. And then as we move the knees together, bring the knees in a big circle. And imagine that you're trying to create a circle on the sacrum and the fascia across the sacrum. So the pressure moves in a circle across the sacrum when you bring your knees in a big circle. Good, huge circle with both knees together, moving as one. And you may find that it releases tension or any kind of holding in the stomach, relaxing the belly. And it's improving digestion, so supporting the digestive system too. Let's move the knees in the opposite direction. And taking a sigh, so deep breath in, sighing out. Good, and then slowly release. Bring your feet to the ground, and now bring your right ankle over your left knee. And you can place your palms on your body, breathing into the palms, or you could actually hug behind your left leg or in front of your shin to go further. So whilst you are working into the hip here, you may feel tension around the glute or under the glute in the piriformis, perhaps a sensation or a stretch on the outer leg. So allow your body to rest as effortlessly as possible, and then see if you can breathe into the sensations you feel. Breathing all the way down to the right hip. And become a little lost in the moment. So you allow the body to relax, the eyes to close, and simply notice any stillness or space opening up in your experience. Good. If you do want to go further, you can move the foot down slightly, flexing the foot, and then move your palms over the top of the shin. So that's quite a deep variation. So that would be more intense. And also, if you feel too much, you can simply bring your left foot back to the ground, releasing the arms wide. And that's an opportunity to practice Earth Mudra. Now taking your last 5 deep breaths. Yoga really is the practice of becoming more connected to yourself. So when we practice yoga, and especially lying down yoga, we can enhance our awareness. And we do this by moving our attention inwards. So when we close the eyes and move the attention down with the movement of the breath, then we can heighten our awareness. Whether it's the awareness we have about the thoughts that we're holding and processing today, or perhaps limiting beliefs or insecurities about ourselves. Or potentially we are experiencing feelings of stagnation. So when we come to stillness and we actually regroup and connect to ourselves very deeply, we can then see a clear path forwards. So we can actually move more animatedly in the direction of our dreams, as opposed to feeling stuck or stagnant or unmoving. And this is the magic of stillness. Stillness and giving ourselves that moment of stillness in our week can allow us to move forwards in another direction or another way. So stillness is really, really valuable. And stillness is transformative. It transforms how we feel mentally, physically, and allows everything to settle inside our experience. Taking your last breath in here. And big sigh out. Good, and we'll now release your right leg. You can always help the leg to move with your hands, and bend your left leg. Bring your left foot over your right knee. Palms are wide. Practicing Earth Mudra allows you to strengthen the earth element and the connection that we have to the ground, so it grounds our energies. Or we could choose to move your left arm through the gap, catching hold of behind your right leg, or even in front of your shin. And breathing down into the hips. And breathing in all the way down to the hips. And breathing out to sink and soften deeper into relaxation. Breathing into the hips. And breathing out to relax deeper and deeper. Imagine that the ground is absorbing all of the tensions of the day. So as we move through our day, we can have many pieces of information that we collect. Thoughts, fears, judgments, insecurities. And as we hold all of these pieces of information, we can actually become quite charged, we could say. So energetically speaking, there's a charge. And then when we ground, when we relax and lie on the floor, it's as though the charge can actually be dispersed. It can be released from the body when we rest close to the ground. And so imagine that the body and the presence of the floor are speaking to one another. And the body and the floor has this conversation whereby the body then knows it's safe and able to release its charge. And imagine this charge or this energy that you've been storing and accumulating being released downwards. And we'll take a big sigh to do that. So taking a deep breath in, big sigh out. Imagine you're exhaling into the ground. So deep, full breath in. Big sigh. Whole body awareness. Whole body mindfulness. Good, and now in slow motion we'll release. So we're gonna release from your hip opening and straighten through both legs. And pause to feel the effect of your yoga. Resting in a lying down pose. Notice the connection of the body and the ground. And breathing down into the lower abdomen. Notice if the breath has smoothed out or become more velvety. There can be a velvety quality to the breath as we shift our nervous system response. And it really smooths out and becomes voluminous, more expansive. And now as we move from here and into our next position, we move both feet to the right side and both shoulders to the right side. And we call this pose Banana Asana. So it opens the side body and the lateral line of fascia. As we inhale, reach both arms high and catch hold of your left wrist with your right arm. And then simply relax the arms as they bend, relaxing the hands above the head. To go further, you can hook one ankle over the other. So sometimes it feels good to move your right over left or left over right. Depends how you feel. So I quite like to move the right one over the left one here so that I feel more in the IT band. See what feels good for you here. And laterally bending as much as possible by shimmying the shoulders sideways. As you breathe in, breathe into your left side body. And breathing out to soften and sink. Imagine you're in Shavasana. So that same level of relaxation, breathing in deeply. Breathing out to totally relax. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in deeply. Breathe into the side body. And breathing out to release and relax more into gravity. Whole body breathes in, and whole body softens as you breathe out. So in this pose, we're extending through one side of the body, bringing gentle traction to the fascia of the lateral line and the side body. Releasing any tension in the side of the waist, the QL, gentle opening through the left side of the psoas and the left IT band on the outer leg. And here we'll take 5 more deep breaths. releasing the arms down. Come back to center with the upper body. Move the legs to the center and take a pause. Take a deep breath in here and big sigh out. Notice the sensations, or perhaps a greater flow or connectivity along the left side of the body. Notice any subtle shimmering or tingling sensations of energy or blood or chi flow enlivened. And we'll now move to the opposite side. So we're going to move your shoulders. And we'll move to the opposite side. So now we'll move to the opposite side. Let's bring both feet to the left and positioning both shoulders to the left. So the body moves into that curve which kind of mimics a new moon. And to go further, raise both arms, catching hold of your right wrist with your left hand and releasing the arms. And you have the option to go further and hook one foot over the opposite. Just to pin both legs in place, making sure we're really releasing through the IT band. Take a deep breath in here and sighing out. And breathing in deeply to the right side of the body. Breathing out to soften and sink. Encourage the breath to move down the side of the body. Whole body is relaxed. And so we bring continual traction and gentle opening to the right side here, whilst gently compressing the left side of the body. So we can not only stimulate and enliven the chi flow through the meridian line of the gallbladder chi, so that's on the outside of the leg, but we can also improve blood flow and circulation to the inner organs, so working one side and then the other asymmetrically, bringing blood and chi flow to the liver, the kidneys, the digestive system, as well as supporting the deep stabilizer muscles, so the psoas, the QL, and even the IT band. Notice the effect in the mind. Notice the effect of stillness in the mind. Does the mind become more meditative as the body rests in stillness? Through the practice of yin yoga, we can move into altered mind states. And breathing into the side waist. And taking your last breath in here. And slowly, slowly release. Releasing the arms. Move the shoulders back to center. And then position the legs back to center. Gaze down the length of the body, making sure that it's aligned. Take a deep breath in. And big sigh out. Resting in whole body mindfulness. Notice any tingling or shimmering sensations down the right side of the body, where we were just expanding and working into. And we'll now move into Shavasana. So in this final relaxation, we will move the awareness around the body in a rotation of consciousness and making sure you're super cozy and comfortable. So feel free to grab a blanket and placing a blanket over the body, making sure you're warm enough throughout the final relaxation. As we move the awareness around the body in a rotation of consciousness, bring your mind to each place I call out. Without moving a muscle, feel into heat, warmth, or tingling in the areas that you bring your attention to. Let's begin with the right hand. Feel the right hand. Right hand thumb. The first finger. The second finger. The third finger. And the fourth finger, the little finger. Feeling the palm of the hand. The back of the hand. The wrist. The forearm. The elbow. The upper arm. The right shoulder. The right side of your chest. The right side of the waist. The right hip. Right thigh and upper leg. right knee, right lower leg, right ankle, right heel, the sole of the foot, the top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Moving the awareness to your left hand. Feel the left hand. Left hand thumb. The first finger. The second finger. Third finger. And fourth finger, the little finger. Feeling the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, the left shoulder, the left side of the chest, the left side of the chest, the left side of the waist, the left hip, left thigh and upper leg, left knee, the lower leg, the left ankle, the left heel, the sole of your foot, the top of your foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Become aware of the whole body awareness, whole body mindfulness. Notice tingling or shimmering sensations, subtle energy movement, or aliveness anywhere in your body. Could be the hands and the palms, or the feet, or the face, or the neck. Sensations around the body. Could be the chest, or lower abdomen. Whole body awareness. Noticing where you feel the most sensations. And taking a deep breath in here. And breathing out. Returning to the body, returning to the physical experience. And we'll move one finger at a time, feeling the first awakenings between body and mind, mind and body. And then wiggling the fingers and the toes. When you feel ready to hug one knee into your chest and then the other. Rocking from side to side. Roll to your right side or left side and come to a seated position. And so once in your comfortable meditation seat, bring the palms to prayer pose, resting the thumbs at the heart space. Take a deep breath in and sighing out. Noticing how you feel. Take a moment to rest here in stillness. And when you feel ready to, bring the thumbs to the third eye, deep breath in. Exhale to bow forwards. And staying folded for as long as you want to feel the effects. Namaste. So hopefully you enjoyed your lying down yoga, and feel free to continue to lie down, or you could be moving into your bed or just luxuriating in the stillness that you have created. I'll see you next time, hopefully see you very soon, and continue to practice with me at home. It makes so much difference when you practice regularly.